Well, you may know that I like to work with veneer. I've made a ton of veneer projects on the channel over the years. I think that veneer opens up a lot of design possibilities. You also don't have to have the same concerns with joinery. And the beautiful wood veneers that are available can really make your projects stand out. One reason why you may not want to work with veneers, you don't want to work with contact cement. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to apply veneer using your common Type Bond 2 PVA wood glue. I'd like to thank my sponsors for supporting this project. I've been using Waterlox for almost 30 years. Waterlox is easy to apply and provides a beautiful finish. That's why Waterlox is my go-to finish for fine woodworking projects. And Biloxygen. Biloxygen will keep your expensive oil-based finishes from skinning over and going bad while in storage. The heavier argon gas will replace the oxygen in the can and preserve your oil-based paints and finishes. I use Biloxygen because it works. You can learn more about Waterlox and Biloxygen at the links in the description below. This is what we're going to veneer. And if you want to build this, I have a project video on the channel and free plans on the site. I'll have a link in the description below. As you can see, it's only 5 parts. So fun to build and a very easy project. Your veneer will be shipped to you in a box. So more than likely, it'll have a curl on it, just like this does here. And we're going to start by cutting the veneer to size. And then I'll show you how to remove the curl so the veneer is easier to apply. I'll use a razor knife and a straight edge to cut the veneer, and I want a 1/4 inch overhang on all 4 sides. So since this box measures 4 1/4, I've marked out for 4 3/4, and it'll probably take 2 scores to cut through the veneer. This is the piece for the top of the box, and this is the one that'll need a little help removing the curl. Here's the veneer cut to size, and you can see how the curl would make it difficult to apply to the box. So what I like to do is flip all the pieces over. I'll just hit them with a little clean water in a spray bottle. Not too much. That's plenty. And I've got the iron on. It's a little bit hotter than warm, kind of 3/4 of the way up. And you can see that the curl is already coming out of the veneer. And that's going to make it much easier to work with. Now I'm ready to apply the glue. And again, this is just your common Type Bond 2 wood glue. I'm using a foam roller. I'll get a thin coat on this side of the box. And so I can work on both sides at one time. I'm using what I call nailers. It's just a block of wood with a screw through it. And this way I can flip the box over and apply the glue to this side. And after I apply the glue to this side of the box, I'll then apply it to the veneer, being careful to not get the glue on the other side, the good side of the veneer. It's been about 5 minutes and the glue has dried to touch. You can speed it up a little bit. I use a piece of aluminum flashing as a fan. And the glue on the back of the veneer has dried as well. I'm going to apply another thin coat, and then I'll apply the veneer with the clothes iron. That looks pretty good. Now I'll apply the glue to the back of the veneer. Again, being careful to not get the glue on the plywood surface down here, because if you back up the veneer, then it gets on the front of the veneer. The iron is already warmed up, and I'll put the veneer in position. I'm using a piece of computer paper so I don't discolor the veneer with the bottom of the hot iron. And I do want to check and make sure that I have a good reveal. You can move it around a little bit as you work. So you can see I can still shift the veneer a little bit. And then I'll apply some more pressure, making sure that I have that even reveal all the way around. I'll go back at it with the iron. And I like to put a little muscle into it. You don't have to go too crazy, but you do want a little downward pressure. Now I can flip it over and do the other side. It's been just about 5 minutes, and you can see that the glue is dry to touch. I've got about 1/4 of an inch reveal all the way around the box. Before I can apply the veneer to the front and back of the box, I'll need to trim this using a flush cut bit in the router. I trimmed the edge with the router, but before I apply the glue, you can see there's a little bit of a high spot here, and I just want to get rid of that. So I'll use a sanding block with 120 grit sandpaper. And I'm just going to sand it a little bit like that. And now that's nice and flush. And I'll do that on both sides. And now for the front and back of the box, I'll just repeat the process. Okay, now I'm ready to trim the veneer on the front and back so I can veneer the top. I will add that it might be a little harder to position the veneer using the PVA glue as opposed to contact cement. You can see that my reveals are not perfect. It doesn't really matter too much on a project like this, but the veneer can drift around on you as you're applying pressure with the iron. So just keep that in mind as you're working, and you can decide either the PVA glue or the contact cement. I kind of like working with the PVA glue because you don't have the smell of the contact cement. So I'll use the router and go ahead and trim this up and get to work on the top. After trimming the edges with the router, you can see I still have a little bit of a high spot, and I'll clean that up in real time with the sanding block so you can see exactly what it takes. You just want to be careful. You don't want to go through the veneer. And that looks pretty good. Before I apply the glue for the last piece of veneer at the top, again, I'll hit it with the sanding block to make sure it's nice and flush. Okay, the veneer is applied. I'll go ahead and trim it flush again with the router, then drill a hole in the center and trim that out as well. I've taken a little time and made sure that the boxes are completely sanded. I said boxes, as you can see, I made another one in walnut. And I just like to go over everything before I apply the finish. The finish that I'm using is Waterlox. I've been using this finish for about 35 years. Beautiful finish, very easy to apply. I'm taking an old t-shirt, just kind of making a little bit of a ball out of it. I'll dip it into the Waterlox and just run it over the finish, and you can see how beautiful that wood grain pops. Okay, well, here are the boxes with one coat of finish. I will be applying a few more coats and posting images to Instagram later this week. So if you want to see what these look like with 4 or 5 coats of finish on them, the finish really pops the grain. That's what's so fun about working with veneer. You can make a simple project like this look really special. And applying the veneer with the PVA glue is really simple. This is my first real project. It's a small project, but it's a real project using the PVA. And I'm going to do it again because it's just nice not having to smell the harsh smell of the contact cement. And whether you're making a tissue box or a speaker box, drawer fronts, whatever, I might, for larger projects, I might stick with the contact cement. Still thinking about that one. But I'll give you a nice tight shot of all the edges. Everything is perfect. There's no delamination. There's no area where there's any trouble spots. It's just really easy to apply the veneer with the PVA glue. And again, it's one coat, let that coat dry, apply a second coat, and then you apply the veneer when that second coat is still wet. Use the iron, position it, all that sort of stuff. And I think you'll end up with a great project. You can find the plans for this project on my website. Very simple project, but the plans take out the guesswork, so you don't have to measure anything. All the measurements are there. And a big thank you to Waterlocks and Biloxygen for supporting the channel. They make projects like this possible, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to build the furniture for your home, please visit my website at johnpeters.com for a large variety of furniture projects and plans available. From beginner to advanced woodworking projects, I'm sure you'll find a project that will match your woodworking skill level and taste in furniture. Each project has step-by-step video tutorials right here on YouTube designed to help guide you through the project and help you build something I know you'll be proud of. Thanks again, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's a great way to help me continue to make long-format project videos just like this one.